What's up, family? What's up with y'all? Have you ever noticed in a melanated experience in a melanated family when someone kicks, when a family member kicks the bucket or, they croak or they deceased, they pass away. Have you ever noticed that that's when the only time the family get together? It's sad, man. It's sort of like a thing that we do. You haven't been checking in on your loved ones. You better check in on them. If you haven't been checking in, you better check in on them. Way too often, we wait to the last minute as black folks. Then when someone dies in our family tree, everybody want to get together. You know, boo hoo, cry. Remember the times when they was living. Then y'all go into the bowels of the church, which is the basement. Usually, those churches always seems like they have the Passover down in the bowels of the church, which is the basement of the church. The wake, the funeral, and then off to the grave site. It's a shame, family. And I know, everybody, you don't want to think about this while you're living, but you got to go. You're going to be one day front, your family going to be front and center looking down at you in the pine box. I hate to put it blunt, but I give it to you straight. That's the only way I can give it to you with no chasing, So, my thing is this, family. My thing is this. Cherish the moments while these people are here in your family tree, okay? Don't wait until the last minute if they get sick or they die by a tragedy. See, this is why we need to stop this, this trending thing I see on social media. Everybody trying to build their donations around that young lady that passed away in Chicago. Y'all already know where I'm going at. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I seen her funeral yesterday, and it's some very trifling people. They will use tragedy to grow their channel and make up some kind of concoction with their commentary and try to ride it out. And then at the end of the video, they're talking about donate to my Patreon. My question, why is you trying to make money off someone's death and passing? Because I know the majority of y'all ain't going to get the proceeds to the mother. So y'all can miss me with that. It's sad, family. Even you got non-melanated people talking about the young lady. Okay? This is why I didn't even put her name in a title box, because I'm not trying to gain no prominence or gain no what I'm saying? I'm trying to respect this young lady's passing. And many of us, they do that. Many of us that passes away, social media and these so-called and private investigators tend to make videos about tragedies, and that's the only way they can grow their channel. It's a shame. And then they want you to donate to them because they're talking about a news article. Society has got, social media is turning into a circus when it comes to the Negro sector. I tell you, family. See, that's one thing I don't do. I don't use tragedy to build my channel. I try to teach, I try to uplift, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for. But all this BS, people putting that young lady's name in a channel. You got some people that almost got 50 videos talking about that young woman, doing live streams, probably doing live streams about the funeral. It's a shame, family. But when our young kids are doing positive, when we have scholars within our community, when we have diamonds in the rough, you don't see no videos about them. But when they die of a tragedy, when they get shot, when they get murdered on Facebook Live and stuff like that, on live stream, then you see people come do videos about that. But if it's anything positive, it's a far outcry. You don't hardly see no videos about who's doing good, who's passing these tests, who's going to college, who's succeeding, who's being successful. You don't see no videos about that. Have you ever noticed that? So tragedy sells. You know, homicides and mayhem sells. Gossip sells. See? So when you look at that, when you look at that, when you look at that, you got to ask yourself a question: why? When you see and hear and look at that, you got to ask yourself why. If this is all we got, you know what I'm saying? This is all the commentary we can offer to the table. Culture vultures, people, frauds exposing other frauds, and people trying to take people's videos and hate on them, and asking other people that's on a side to donate to their channel to expose this person. Oh man, that's why I be chilling, so I can take a proper diagnosis of this fiasco when I see it. It's a shame, family, and it seems like it ain't trying. You know, it seems like it ain't getting no better, and the truth seekers are being attacked. Me and other guys. Some other dudes have already they say the hell with it. They leaving YouTube. They going on to other platforms because they getting tired of it. Because it seems like a large amount of people just want clown show stuff. You know, they don't want to be educated. They don't want to be enlightened. But just like I said, pay attention. Only time the black melanated family get together, like a family reunion, is when a funeral. When some you know, you haven't been talking to your cousins, your uncles, you haven't been checking in on your aunties, your elders, your grandmamas, your grandpapas. You haven't been trying to help them out in need, and you got the necessities to get money, but you selfish because you feel as though you work hard, but you don't want to share the wealth with your own family tree. You got a lot of people in the families like that. You got a lot of people in the families like that. But when someone dies, y'all act like y'all was dead all the time, but y'all wasn't. So that's some wicked stuff when you think about it. You know, where's the compassion? I'm talking about biological families. Where's the compassion? Where's the love for your in-laws? Where's the love? I know some of us can't get along in a melanated families and biological family trees, but you're gonna have to learn how to get along. If you can't get along with people in your family, you feel me? How you gonna get along with people not in your family? If you can't get along with your own loved ones, your biological loved ones, how you gonna get along with other people in society? How you gonna hate your biological tree and love your unbiological tree? That doesn't make sense. But people do this. But it's sad when someone dies. That's when the family gets together, like they've been there all along. We need to communicate. We need to communicate more, family. We need to see what's going on within our families, especially our young children. This is why our children end up in worst case scenarios, and then some of them end up just like that young lady. Half of us as adults, we don't even take time to mentor our children. We don't take time to go to the schools, see what they're doing. We don't monitor them on a little technologies. They might be watching porn. They might be watching stuff that's frying their brain cells. They're not putting nothing in their mind but corruption. We don't even monitor that no more. And you wonder why they ripping and running up and down the street, smoking these designer drugs and drinking and sexing at a young age. Because we don't take time, some of us adults, and some of us adults ain't even grown yet. You got some adults out here act like they children. You got the children running adults now. You got the children, some of them more mature than their daddies and mamas. They running the show. So my thing is this. My commentary is serious. I don't got time. I'm here to waken y'all up, awaken y'all. You know, we gotta wake up, family. You know, love conquers all. Love conquers all, but hate just destroys. I keep telling y'all this, and we need to really tap in the resources. We need to really check our family members out. You know, we need to talk to one another, man. Y'all need to get at the table and solve y'all differences. Stop hiding stuff, especially in the biological tree. See, one thing before I roll out. Let me tell you something. We cannot build, we cannot recreate, we cannot duplicate, we cannot have an economic structure with families being demonically attacked by those demons that y'all let in y'all threshold and destroy y'all family. Y'all done heard many videos I produce about talking about this. I'm not gonna go into that. But I want y'all to think about this video. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. The majority of the time, these black families get together. Only time they get together is when someone passes away. But when those people was living on earth, when they was breathing God's great air, you know, inhaling and exhaling, no one wasn't checking in on them that much. Every now and then, a couple of family reunions. That's about it. We got to stay in contact with each other, family. All we got is us. All of my productions. Peace.